Recording in progress.
Hi, hello, and welcome to the Galactic Consularship. What? Okay, that's interesting. I should be starting those videos, but welcome to the Consularship Report brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for a channeled reading. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's a delight and an honor to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the pleasure to do so. If anything resonates deeply with you, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. If you're new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Go ahead and smash that like button. Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. Like I said, I'll be your oracle today. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. This is going to be imposed. We're imposing the guidance from This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. She's over at, or this deck is over at Luminal 11. And then any type of pairing energy will be deliberated. I'm going to move the camera. Don't be alarmed. Again, I'm going to move the camera. Oh, okay. That was intense. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay. Then again, we're going to go ahead and deliberate the pairing energy from Cosmic Coven by Lillian Lazenby. Cosmic Coven Tarot Minor Arcana by Lillian Lazenby over at Ripe Avocado. It's a full deck, but we use the Minor Arcana to clarify. And then we'll be using Vita Sibila for any corresponding or correlative energy, and that's by Los Carabeo. So Page of Cups, World, Hierophant, Eight of Swords. A Hierophant in the Page of Cups could be a Taurus rising, could be Venus in Scorpio or the 8th house. You know, this world card with the Eight of Swords, we could be being held in place for some kind of reason. There's just something that can't happen until, and what can't happen is some kind of achievement, it feels. Now, there is God duties and obligations here with the Hierophant and the World card. We could be a priest or a monk or a minister, but also we could have some kind of supreme authority or spiritual authority. Now we're being wrangled down, wrestled down. There might be some rule, regulation, restriction. With the Star card, Five of Cups, Page of Wands, Six of Cups. So we are feeling safe or feeling secure or feeling saved. Again, saved. Now there's sanctuary, which is equated as refuge and safe space, because in order to achieve this completion, there's people, places, and things we need to let go of. Most likely relationships, maybe intimate, but it's probably more like there are people or energies or that are targeting us. There's some endeavor or some proposition. And again, we can be dealing with some kind of so we have Aquarius Sag energy. That's what's called a sextile, probably Venus in Sagittarius with a Aquarius rising, which would mean that we have Venus in the 11th house. So wherever your Venus is sometimes is a little bit of jealousy. So we might have a lot of support that we don't know about. We might know people in high places or people with authority or people with power or people with access. To a lesser degree, we could be dealing with somebody with their Venus again in the 7th house or in the 5th house. To a lesser degree in Leo. And there's some kind of energy here about, hey, We could be dealing with somebody with also sun in the seventh house or eighth house, sun in the, sun in the, or Mars in the seventh house, eighth house as well. We have the Two of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Five of Swords, King of Pentacles. So we're definitely dealing with a Taurus. It's not just a Taurus rising here. We also have Taurus Sun, Leo rising. We already have a double five, so I know at the very least there's some type of maybe chaos or at least a depletion or a loss. No, there's some kind of covering on our life. Specifically, the word is anointing. And there's bringing order over chaos here, but specifically, there's been an infraction of some kind. There's fraud here, spiritual fraud. And I'm not talking about somebody going around as a spiritual fraud. Yeah, that can be it, but they're putting forth an energy that is divine when they're not, or they're accessing somebody else's spiritual power when they shouldn't, and it's being deliberated. Something has called judgment here. We definitely have somebody that's a Taurus sun. If we're dealing with a Taurus sun, there's some kind of anger or rage or lust projected at us. So technically what's happening is they're looking at us as inferior to them, or like they need to do whatever they can do to dominate us in some kind of way. And not yet that this is showing that it's another energy. So the way that I see that is that our lower self might be emerging to the light from the darkness, that we have this potentiality to manifest big or to master some type of practical skill or to step into alignment with some type of spiritual authority is just being granted right now in terms of we're being prepared to receive power or to receive transmission from some type of lineage. So even if we're not around our ancestors or our elders from our bloodline, the spiritual world, we have some type of spiritual guide from our ancestry that we are the descendant of, or at least we carry the same bloodline that is going to teach us. But right now, there's some need to like purge and to purify and to cull. I said that, all of that. To purge Five of Cups and to cull Five of Swords. They need to get rid of the around us. We need not just boundaries and standards, but we need to hold the field, meaning we need to make sure that nothing gets inside. It's literally like a bodyguard standing at the door. And then this energy is about our spiritual power. So we would be targeted because of what we can do spiritually. And there's some former energy that is projecting that I'm hearing they're cookie. It doesn't always mean that they feel some kind of way, but they're using that, you know, um, brujeria de sexo. They're using sex magic. Um, and at the very least, it's some kind of summons or conjuring up magic that raises up the chakras, starts in the goody bits. I'm sorry. This is somebody that uses the root chakra or the red gate to project energy to dominate. The thing about it is that they've been manifesting out of our power because of some tie or association, and that's why we're sitting here suspended. Something can't happen. We can't come into more power until this person gets cut out like a bad cancer. Excuse my language. Five of Swords, though, they cannot be here. Period. Point blank. End of story. Now, Nine of Swords, something is going to backfire on them. There is a resolution to this judgment with the Sun card. Three of Wands, Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, Four of Wands. So yeah, we have some kind of sacred spot to post up on. And right now, there's some kind of illusion, delusion, confusion around it, some kind of hidden enemy, ulterior motive, agenda. And we either need to repel some kind of energy or there's a karmic lesson here. That is it, because we are demigoddess, or we are golden goose, or we are some type of, we have the Midas touch, Nine of Wands. Our energy is gold. And we needed to learn that, and we learned it the hard way. We have a 3, 4, and 5 of Wands here. There's a 555 here, and that's the second time in the last 24 hours we got a 555 reading. What that tells me is that, see, a 55 is chaos, a 555 is anarchy. So this was an energy that came in wreaking havoc. We might not have seen that for a while, but it did happen. They thought they were going to cut us down in some kind of way, but what it is we are being bound because of a open enemy. And this energy would like to, I mean, honestly, what I'm getting is that some open enemy from the past, they were close to us, is trying to come back and not to let them. That's really what I'm getting. Because where we are right now is there's terms and conditions that are manifesting as if there was some type of rule, regulation, restriction, even restraint. But it's because something is trying to come in. There's just a lot of contestation, competition, karma, crossings, conundrums, challenges around it. And frankly, it's that this energy is getting repelled instead of being able to come forward. The reason that it's being repelled is because there's energy that shouldn't be around us. And it's being called out, it's being shown to us. This is going to take a little bit of time. It's right around the corner, so no need to worry. Now, this energy that's here, it was deeply enmeshed in trends because it was able to come in and take something from us or come in and use something that we had because of some kind of connection. Now, they might also have done some kind of spiritual union to us that they shouldn't have done, but that's going to backfire. Nine of Swords. It's wrapping itself up. It's about to be exposed. So I'm going to say this: a Taurus sun or Leo rising married themselves to us in the spiritual. And this marriage blocked things for us and opened up things for them. They were able to take our luck. So there's a mantra: the luck stolen from me will return to me quickly. Anyone who took my favor will return it to me with interest. I will not bear anyone else's karma. Now, normally you use positive language when you're affirming and manifesting for yourself. When you use negative language like that, it's to negate a working that somebody else has done upon our person, or it's default here. It's a lower version of manifestation. I don't like to manifest through, negating language unless I'm, I don't do return to senders. I do reversals, but not return to senders. Hey, baby. So that's just that. Now, we could have a Venus in the 11th house or in Aquarius here. We're definitely dealing with a Leo rising. This Leo rising probably has Saturn in the fifth or the first house. No, this Leo rising has Saturn in the first house. That's it. Somebody here could have their sun in the eighth house or in Scorpio. So what they're blocking is money. They don't want money to come in, and we are made of. We have wealth in our hand. There's some kind of spirit attached to us that invites in wealth. We were born with it for the work that we do here upon the earth, and it's being blocked. Somebody was able to figure out our spiritual power and usurp it or block it, divert it to themselves. Because what's going to happen is we're finally about to secure our position, but it's from something where we lost it. Somebody took it from us and we need to reclaim it. We have the right to reclaim it. We just need to call it back to us. So there's another mantra: I recall, I reclaim, I return to rightful owner. I recall. You want to say it 9 times in a row, 3 times a day for the next 9 days. Then you want to light a candle and do the same thing 9 times in a row, 3 times a day for the next 19 days. Doesn't matter if you're going to live in an apartment, doesn't matter what, but sprinkle basil, clove, and cinnamon around the door frame. And if you can, take some vinegar and lemon and like wash around the door frame, even on the outside and underneath the door, and sprinkle that. If you live in a house or an apartment where you have a windowsill, put some birdseed around the windowsill and whisper into the birdseed. I recall, I reclaim, I return to rightful owner. I recall, I reclaim, I return to rightful owner. I recall, I reclaim, I return to rightful owner. Also, like if you have a lot of people from the past returning that you don't want to deal with anymore, I revoke, I rebuke, I repel, I reject. There's 5. I revoke, I rebuke, I repel, I reject. I can't remember, but what I would do is I would take a white candle and tie a red ribbon around it. If you don't have that, you can take like a red Sharpie, or you can roll it in cayenne pepper and then light it and wait like a minute or two. I'm sorry, you want to put, you want to light this candle, but have like a glass of water in front of it and let it go for like a minute or two with, and then like pray into, you want to stare into the blue part of the flame of this white candle. I revoke, I rebuke, I repel, I reject, I revoke, I rebuke, I repel, I reject. I revoke, I rebuke, I repel, I reject, I rescind. I revoke, I rebuke, I repel, reject, I rescind. And again, 9 times, 3 times a day for 9 days. Okay. This is what I'm being told to tell you to do because there's like war here, but it's not. It's okay. It's anarchy. There's an energy here that wants to overturn because there's this theme lately of anger that we're blessed and they're not, and they're gonna do something about it. It's like freedom fighter, but in the negative sense. They feel that it's unfair and they need to go against the system. And here's what it is that we really need space from a lot of people, and they were repelled from us. We repelled some kind of energy. Also, that this energy that we dealt with, it proved to be like some kind of spiritual lesson. And there's no one in specific, but probably we might be dealing with some kind of Taurus sun, to a lesser degree a Leo rising. But only if this Leo rising has Saturn in the first house. So that's very easy to figure out. You don't need to get their rising sign. What you'd want to do is if they act like a Leo, and trust me, when we think a person is a sign, oh, you must be a this, oh, you must be a that. It's always their rising sign. You can't tell what a person's sun sign is, but you can tell what their rising sign is. When a person thinks we're any kind of sign, what's happening is we're giving off the energy of our rising sign. That's the energy people can pick up. So if they have their Saturn in Leo, run. Especially if they have Taurus Leo energy. Because Taurus Leo energy is a cross. That's what we call a cross. And it's probably not uncommon that they'll have Aquarius too, to be honest, or Scorpio. And so what's happening is you could be walking around with somebody with the Grand Cross. So they're like, I don't know how to say this, but things go to die where they're at. And it's not really, but like karma. They're walking karma. They're a buzzkill. They're like a dark cloud in the sky. And it's not really always bad, but there's places where they belong, which they're probably not. Because if they're minding our business, they're not minding their own. And that's true. You know, they have a place to be. I can't tell you what it is because it involves magic and warfare. But me, like myself, I have a grand trine. So a lot of, Midas touch energy. But, I spot this because I got it. I know this very well. And my energy is not here. I don't have Taurus. I don't have none of that. It's just that we're in some kind of holding, binding position until some terms and conditions are met. The terms and the conditions are met are that we need to purge from our soul some types of bond or bindings because there's something repelling all the things coming in. And what's coming in is the yielding of this Midas touch. There's something already in our energy that has created a type of union where they have authority over the things we're going to manifest, and they're manifesting out of this. And it's because there's a spiritual union here that we need to revoke. There's a spiritual union for us that we need to revoke. There's something in our energy already usurping authority, sun card, manifesting out of the things that we possess. King of Pentacles, Page of Wands, they've gone ahead and done some kind of union. The Hierophant, they are lording over, presiding over, speaking over. And for them, it's wish fulfillment. So they guard this like it's gold because that's not something they were given. There's something that they stole. But it's going to backfire. Moon card, Nine of Swords. And they know it too. There's some kind of forced isolation here, a double nine. What's this Five of Swords talking about? Yeah. There's some delirium here because they know that at any moment it could be a wrap for them. There might be sun in Capricorn or the 10th house or some kind of yeah, there's something secretly watching the gate so that they're notified when we're going to leave. And somebody did marry us in secret. That's been confirmed. We need to revoke some kind of union or marriage because they're blocking love and money from coming to us. Amore. That's the potentiality for great growth and beginning. So this is what the wake up call is that something's been in our energy taking what's ours. Yeah, we've got to put this to bed. Did we secretly have a wife in the spirit? Or we're secretly somebody's wife in the spirit? That's what this is. We secretly have a wife in the spirit. We're taking care of somebody spiritually um, without even knowing. Yeah, they stole from us. Look at that. They stole from us. It's like somebody that is stealing cable that's spliced into our cable. There's something really wrong here. This person is misrepresenting themselves in the spirit, and they're going to be punished for this. They're already guilty of something, is the thing. So judgment is being presided over us already, and we're just getting the message. So, I revoke, I rebuke, I rescind, I reject, I repel, I return to rightful owner. I rebuke, I reject, I revoke, I rescind, I repel, I reverse, I rebuke, I revoke, I repel, I rescind, I reverse. We need to send this back. Yeah, so things are going to turn around suddenly for them. They're going to be having a horrible time because we're taking care of them in the spirit. What is this pair of nines, please? Father the Moses. If I ever misrepresented my self-image, then I'm sorry. I was oh so acquiescent, but I learned my lesson, and I'm sorry. Talk out in the open, don't make me go karma revolving. Give me one more chance, let me catch my breath and collect my composure. You fucked up, it's all so wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. Yeah, we are this lane that all the moths run to, flock to. And somebody really tried it and they were successful for a while, but when the correction comes, it's going to be devastating to them because they're going to lose it all. They're going to fall very far too. It's like we are the energy that this whole house of cards is built on, and the moment we take our energy back, this house is going to come crashing down. It's going to be reduced to rubble. A triple five, man. That is anarchy. So they might try to come back, but what they keep doing is they keep repeating this over and over and over. And they don't feel the need to keep repeating it because it's been working for a long time. And every time they check on it, it's still intact. But the thing is they're going to rush back in the moment we start pulling at the threads of whatever this is. But the thing about it is like they're not prepared for the fight to keep it once we know. The thing that was helping them stay successful is that we didn't know. We're definitely married to something in the spirit, but it's a mistress type relationship. So we're in a shared hardship. This shouldn't be how it is. Because if this were divinely blessed, it would be fruitful. It's not fruitful at all. It's depleting. This is something where it's parasitic. The parasite will find a host until the host dies and they'll move on to another one. That's vampiric in its nature, okay? I'm just gonna say that and move on. All right, let's go. That's just super gross. I'm disgusted. Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords. We're needing some kind of standard and boundary here. We're needing restraint, restrictions, rules, regulations. Yeah, it's gonna backfire. they're guilty of something, Eight of Swords. I mean, they've been restrained and now they're guilty of something, been found guilty. The judgment too, it's not this, the universe knows about this. They're under divine deliberation. You so wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. Okay, what is the tarot for us? Baby. Yeah, so the reversal is going to be hard and heavy. They're vainglorious too. They have this illusionary success. They really thought we were stupid. It's that we were trusting. Okay, but see, and they're being iced out. This, whatever it was, is being canceled out. Ten of Swords. They have a double nine again, forced isolation. There's really a need to take space, but this is, so what we're gonna do is try to come back into our life. That's a no. If a Taurus tries to come back or somebody with the Sag, I mean, okay. I don't know why I keep saying Sag. If a Taurus tries to come back, Taurus Sun, or somebody with a Leo rising Saturn in the first house, leave them alone. We'll know because our bowels will gurgle, our bowels will seize. That's really what it is. Something inside of us will throw a tantrum. It'll be a physical reaction. It'll be like, excuse my language, I'm so sorry, but it'll be like a dry diarrhea. We have a pair of we have a pair of pages here. You know, swords. Yep. Hmm. We're righting a wrong or making something balanced and fair because something was secured out of our energy and they don't have consent or authorization. So what's going to happen now is that we're going to grab our power back, and all we have to do is call it. There's nothing that we need to do other than I recall, I reclaim, I return to rightful owner. I recall, I reclaim, I return to rightful owner. I recall, I reclaim, I return to rightful owner. We might need to say that for a few days in a row and things will be revealed to us. See, Ten of Pentacles came right back. Somebody is using our spiritual inheritance. If I ever misrepresented, hold up, hold up. They're feeling bad now, but they're not feeling bad for what they did. They're feeling bad because they got caught, and it's really bad. So our spiritual team is enraged. And they knew about this for a long time, but there was some lesson that we were learning. But now they get to the gun's been loaded for a while. That's been sitting there. Now all they gotta do is pick it up and fire. Then we have a triple eight all of a sudden, when before we only had one. And we have a triple six now, or a double six. No, we have a triple six. Okay, so this is how we know we're chosen, because things that are done dirty to us also benefit us. We're triumphant and the tables are going to turn. And what we did was give them more rope. So what they've also done is vacate their soul. They're going to have a walk-in experience where they're forced to walk the world, but they're not going to be able to access all the things alive in them because they had something of their own. But since they abandoned it, it's getting taken. So when they lose what they took from us and they don't have the thing that they were born with anymore, it's kind of like they're walking around in prison. That's their punishment. It's a type of exile, but it's an exile from the authentic self. This is something, one of the worst fates. I mean, there are worse fates than this, but this is so. Imagine you're given a gift, and somebody next to you, your neighbor, your sister, your classmate, your business partner, whatever, also gets a gift. And you see their gift, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want that gift, I want that gift. So you run after the gift, you steal their gift, you run around the world using their gift. A couple years later, the person whose gift that is takes it back from you. They reclaim it, or maybe the police come and they take it. And then you go back to use your own gift, or you discover the value of the gift you were given initially when you were jealous of this other person's gift, and you no longer have that gift to use. Maybe you learned the value of it and you really want it now that you know what it is, but when you first looked at it, you didn't want it. You saw what somebody else had and you were coveting that. That's what this is going to happen to this person. They were endowed with some kind of gift. It's a warrior thing. They have some kind of power to fight or to literally they can arrest other spirits. They can have other spirits detained. So they had some kind of spiritual authority and power. And when they come back to their when they come back into their themselves and they're no longer using whatever they took from us, it won't work for them anymore. Not because they abused it, maybe. I don't think so. I don't see abuse here. I see fraud, I see waste, but I don't see abuse. Poor baby. You know, a triple eight is this is somewhat, I mean, it works in a couple different ways. It could talk about spell work, it could talk about manipulation, it could talk about orchestration, but this is somebody that was given more rope. It's a boomerang. What goes around comes around. So whatever they put out comes back to them threefold. I mean, there's some type of charging agreement here too, so it might have a bigger multiplier than three, but what I can discern is three. It's threefold. Because they were stealing some kind of harsh or dangerous power, and then it turns on them. It's like having a ferocious dog that turns on you. They're caught up now. And this triple six is about gifts and favor and blessings and choice, support. So we both had special gifts, but for whatever reason, they didn't want theirs and they tried to take ours. What is this triple six? Yeah, short sighted, number one. Number two, a lose lose. Number three, some type of futile, foolish. And you see, we're blessed, Page of Cups, and they're not. They're now walking around in bondage because they were bored with whatever they were given. And they figured it out later on. They figured it out too late. This is a late arrival. By the time they want what they were given, it's not available for them anymore. It's been given to us. Yep. So not only are we going to receive our gifts back, but we're going to receive their gifts too because they stole them from us. It's unfortunate. Now we have their gifts in our hand and they need to come to us for it. That's why they're coming back. And this is funny because the reason that this was allowed to, it's not funny, but it is hilarious. The reason this was allowed to work for so long is because lots of different traps were being laid for this person. So now all the things they did are going to backfire in succession. It's not like one pop back, but it's a series of pop backs for a long, long, long time. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my dear. I want to see what this Knight of Swords and the Tower card is. They had a big, bright future out of what they did to us, but here's the thing: it's ending. Now they're Amalato. Yeah, their time is over. They know that they're in for a series of letdowns and heartaches and heartbreaks. So this was a message about something having done a false union to us. But really what they were doing was they were siphoning our abundance over to them. So we were supporting them spiritually. They were squatting in our soul, essentially, is what that was. I hate to say it that way. It was some type of plan lying in wait for them to get what they wanted out of the universe. And it's over. It's a wrap. It's going to shift. It's going to change. It's going to leave. It's going to lift. It's already moving. Yeah, they're in for a rude awakening. And they know it too. They can sense it. They can feel it. It's over. And it's because they've sinned in some kind of way. Now, it could have been worse if they could have trespassed, but part of this also was they tried to get our permission. Now we have a double seven. They tried to get our permission by, I don't know, I'm sorry to say this, but like making us fall in love with them or trying to have sex with us or something. And now what's happening is they're being cast out, pushed back. It was always going to be temporary if we wouldn't give in to they had some kind of strategy. I think they need us in our sex energy as well, and that's not happening. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the pleasure to do so. This was a message, as I said, about the spiritual squatter, spiritually squatting. Yeah, we read it down. It's running clear here. Okay, yeah. Um, we were being depleted by some energy, but it's shifted, it's changed, that's over. Now we have a barrier of protection. Just a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the splendid grace of the divine, unconditional, loving universe of oneness. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. We pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find salvation and redemption in this life. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, and nava and ashe. Sayonara, das vidanya, avida zain. Take good care, smash that like button. Bye bye.